sir, on this occasion, I take the pleasure to welcome you. And next, I have got the great pleasure in welcoming our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Khazi Yassadar Sahib, the Clinical Associate Professor, Michigan State University, United States of America, and Advisor, Ummah Science Fair Committee. Sir, volumes will speak about you, to introduce you, and there is a separate occasion now itself. Janab Mr. Nasser sir will be introduced in long. You are the source of inspiration for us. You are the brain behind this. And really your services are commendable to the society, and particularly for the science fair, whatever you are the services, volumes will speak to talk about you. On this occasion, on behalf of the Ummah, I take this opportunity with wholehearted pleasure to welcome you, sir. Again, I welcome you wholeheartedly. Thank you for your coming over here. Welcome you with wholeheartedly. Next, I have taken the pleasure in welcoming our guest of honor, M.K. Abdul Hakim Sahib, the senior scientist, National Remote Sensing Center, ISRO, Hyderabad. Sir, yeah, you are the not only asset to the ISRO, but you are also the asset to the nation. Your presence, it is a pride moment for us that you are with us now. And on this occasion of National Science Fair, I take the pleasure to welcome you wholeheartedly. Sir, welcome you with pleasure. Then I take this opportunity to welcome all the office bearers of Ummiyah and the vice president, secretary, general secretaries, and member schools, management staff, and students, and participants, debating scientists, junior scientists, senior scientists, everyone on this occasion. I wholeheartedly on behalf of Ummah, I take this opportunity to welcome you, welcome you, welcome you. And particularly, on this occasion, I congratulate Mr. Nasser and all the others who are connected with this organization in conducting this program. In fact, it is in National Science Fair 13. We are having great achievement and we are going in the right direction. MashaAllah, Udmit is marching for a better tomorrow. Wish you all the best. Once again, I welcome you. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thanking you. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah. Over to you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you, Dr. Nazir Ahmed, for extending such a warm welcome to all our dignitaries. I now take great joy in inviting Mr. S.V. Muhammad Anif, co-convener National Science Fair 2021, to present the report on Virtual National Science Fair 2021.
Thank you, ma'am. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Assalatu wassalamu alaikum ya Rasulullah. Alhamdulillah, this is our 13th National Science Fair. The Science Fair is to kindle the students to think like a scientist thinks. This concept was introduced to us by Dr. Khazi Azhar, Associate Professor of Michigan University. And it was initiated in Tamil Nadu by our great Joint Secretary, Dr. Nigar Akhtar Madam. And the man behind the success story of all of Omiyat National Science Fair is Dr. Abdul Kamal Nazar here. This year, initially, we thought of giving it up. But after initiation and firm stand by our Joint Secretary, Dr. Nigar Akhtar Madam, we proceeded for the fair as virtual, and Alhamdulillah, we are here today in the inaugural session. For making this successful, our treasurer, Dr. Muhammad Ismail said service is very much important. He is the one behind the success of our website, and our special thanks to Brother Yasir, who developed the website. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them with all his mercies, all of them. This is not a science exhibition in which models are present. This science fair is a display of research-based projects done by students from standard 4th to 12th. Every student is presenting a research report covering hypotheses, experiments, and data collected on a few months and a new conclusion. We could select only 49 after evaluating 143 research plans received from students of Chennai, other districts of Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Ahmedabad, and Maharashtra, etc. Everyone who are participating here is already a winner. We started our work for Science Fair in January. We conducted 3 to 4 webinars for teachers on how to guide students to research projects following scientific methodology, and for students on how to prepare for a science fair. Ms. Shamim Raja, Principal Ar-Rahman International School, Madurai, participated in all the webinars and guided the teachers and students. At this juncture, it is my duty on behalf of OMIA to convey our heartfelt thanks to Sister Shamim Raja for her valuable and devoted services she rendered. Thank you, sister. In the webinars, hundreds of students and teachers from various schools participated and got benefited. From the result of these continuous works, we have received 225 registrations for participation. From that, 143 students were submitted their research plans. From those 143 research plans, our judges have scrutinized and pre-selected 68 and asked them to submit their synopsis with further materials. From that, we have further scrutinized and selected 52 projects for final selection. And finally, Alhamdulillah, today 49 students are ready to present their projects in the fair. From the participants, girls outnumbered boys, as 27 girls are participating here and 22 boys are participating here. In today's fair, totally 12 schools are participating, in which 5 schools are from Chennai and outskirts. 5 schools are from other districts of Tamil Nadu. 2 schools are from Telangana and Ahmedabad. In today's virtual fair, 30 students took part from Chennai and outskirts schools and 19 students from other districts and other states. The fair is conducted in 4 levels and 3 categories. 4th and 5th standard students are participating in primary level. 6th and 8th standard students are participating in middle level. 9th and 10th standard students are participating in junior level. 11th and 12th standard students are participating in senior level. In each level, there are 3 categories: environmental science, life science, and physical science. In each level and category, we select the best projects and give first, second, and third prizes. And in each level, the overall high scorer will be awarded with budding scientist, emerging scientist, junior scientist, and young scientist award. With this information, I would like to conclude my speech. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept the good deeds from us and rewards us with his mercies. And once again, now we have developed the website, and I will show you the science fair page today we have developed for you. Once again. Can you see the screen, ma?
Yes.
If you go our science fair page, sciencefair.omet.in, it will come like that. You can click display of video, research paper of projects. There we are. This is this for the students presentation, and here the presentation is already there. This is the levels: primary, middle, and junior. If you click on level, it will go to like this: physical science, life science, environmental science. If you click this, the students will come like this. So if we click this, it will show their display sheet, research paper, and their video. If you click the display sheet, we can view their display sheets like that. And if you go for the research paper, it will also display there. Then we can click the video.
Today is the technology of tomorrow. You know, the scientific research is one of the most exciting and rewarding of occupations. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I'm Mustafa, the class 7 from NSF School Girls from. Today, I'm here to perform a project on carrotway pinata. But before I proceed further, I would like to welcome you all to the first virtual science fair. Now let's begin with the project. Do you know what is carrotway pinata?
Like this, you can view all the participants' details. We have developed like this. Special thanks to our Dr. Ismail Set and Yasir for developing this website. Jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah. Thank you, one and all, for giving me this opportunity. Jazakallah khair. Alhamdulillah.
Thank you, Mr. S.V. Muhammad Anid. It's our pleasure to have you here. Now I invite Mr. S. Ahmed Miran, General Secretary, OMIAT, to give the presentation on presidential address.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Respected Chief Guest, Dr. Qazi Azhar, Clinical Associate Professor, Michigan State University, United States of America, Advisor, OMIAT Science Fair Committee, respected special guest, Brother Abdul Hakim, Senior Scientist, National Remote Sensing Center, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, Hyderabad. Presidents of OMIAT, President and Trustees of OMIAT, Professor Dr. M.M. Abdul Kamal Nazar, Academic Director, OMIAT, Dr. P. Nazir Ahmed, Joint Secretary of OMIAT, Dr. Nigar Akhtar, Joint Secretary of OMIAT, Mr. S.P. Mohammad Hanif, Co-Convener, National Science Fair 2021, and other officers of OMIAT, principals, correspondents, teachers, students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is indeed an honor to me to participate in the inaugural function of 13th Science Fair of OMIAT. As already informed by our brother Muhammad Hanif, the Science Fair was initially initiated and supported by our brother Dr. Qazi Azhar. I recall my first meeting in our Fatima Convent School at Saidapete when he informed the people about the importance of science fair and science project. That time only I could understand what's the difference between science fair and science project. And we have been, our home year has been conducting science fair every year, and this is our 13th science fair. We have enormous advantages in conducting science fair. We inculcate a lot of qualities, skills among the students. I need not elaborate the importance of science fair. We all know. But now we all know a recent incident where the recent world in which we are living in COVID-19 pandemic. We have been experiencing a lot of difficulties the last 1 year. The life of entire human being completely under stress, tension. We cannot have a normal life. When the COVID-19 emerged in December 2019, we never knew that it would spread over across the world, and it will cripple the life of the people. So after the emergence of COVID-19, there was a talk that we need to invent vaccine for our COVID-19. Although there is no proper medical cure, people were talking about vaccine across the world. So our scientists started working in inventing a virus, a vaccine for this virus. And it is told that it will take minimum 2 years. It will take minimum 2 years to find out a vaccine. Alhamdulillah, with the hard work of our scientists could be able to release the virus, release the vaccine within a year. Number one. Number two, we also know that although we have more than 200 countries, only couple of countries have made the research on this virus and released the vaccine. Among the countries, United States of America, India, China, Russia, Israel. Only these three countries, I think, have come out with a vaccine. So here we should understand the importance of scientists and the government's support to the scientists. So we should know the importance of scientists and our support to the people, students. So by conducting our science fair, we are encouraging our young minds, our young students to know the importance of science, technology, and various developments, what is happening in the world, and your role, how to play your role as a student, what is your responsibility, and we are tinkling their minds to serve the community in better ways. So I hope in the last 13 years, we have created hundreds of science in our community. I hope our students definitely should have become scientists when our first project started 13 years back. Now, the students who have participated at the age of 15, now they are 28 years old people. Definitely, they should have, some students of our science fair students should have been a scientist, and they should serve the community in better way, for which we are all causes. So I appreciate the initiative taken by our sister Nigar Akhtar and our Professor Dr. M.A. Abdul Kamal Nazar. Even they don't want to drop our program. They have decided to conduct it in a virtual meeting. So they have taken a lot of efforts and make this science fair happening today. So I appreciate and congratulate both of them. Also, I congratulate our trustee members, Mr. Muhammad Khanif, Brother Ismail Said, our Joint Secretary, Mr. Hanif, Muhammad Khanif, and all our trust members, those who are all extend their support for conducting our science fair effectively. I wish we'll conduct this kind of science fair many more in the coming years, and let us create more scientists among our community. Thank you. All the best.
Thank you, Ahmed Miran sir. I take immense pleasure in introducing today's guest of honor, Mr. Syed Salim, Assistant Headmaster, Jamalia Higher Secondary School, Chennai. Sir, a few words of motivation from your end, sir.
I am going to introduce the guest of honor. I am not the guest of honor. I am going to introduce the guest of honor. Happy morning to one and all. I am Syed Salim, retired Assistant Headmaster of Jamalia Higher Secondary School, Chennai. I am given the most important duty of introducing the guest of honor to this virtual 13th National Science Fair 2021. Mr. K. Abdul Hakim, sir. He is a senior scientist at National Remote Sensing Center, and it is in Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. What a great day is today. Hundreds of future scientists, students are here to prove their talents and to motivate them. We have the great senior scientist as guest of honor, Mr. K. Abdul Hakim, sir, a senior scientist from ISRO. All of us know how great it is to be a senior scientist in ISRO. ISRO, to which our guest of honor belongs, is one of the 6 government space agencies in the world which possesses full launch capabilities. Our guest of honor is part of ISRO, which built India's first satellite, Aryabhatta, which was launched by the Soviet Union. Our guest of honor is senior scientist in ISRO's most important division, National Remote Sensing Center. ISRO, to which our guest of honor belongs, is the world's first space agency to find water on the moon. Sir and students, you know, Mr. Abdul Hakim, sir, is a civil engineer. In 1994, he obtained his master's in irrigation in water management from Center for Water Resources, Anna University. He joined National Remote Sensing Center as scientist. At present, he is heading the Water Resource Informatics Division. Mr. Abdul Hakim, sir, has more than 25 years of experience in the field of geospatial technology applications for natural resource mapping. He has expertise in handling more than 30 projects in the domain of water resources. He has more than 35 publications to his credit and received 3 ISRO Team Excellence Awards. He has visited Tunis in Tunisia and Kathmandu in Nepal, representing ISRO. We welcome you, sir, to this 13th National Science Fair. I am welcoming you, sir.
Thank you. Shall I proceed with sharing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Salim, for your wonderful introduction. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh for all the dignitaries of this inaugural function, as well as the board members of OMIAT. It's a great privilege for me to be part of this inaugural function of Science Fair. And in fact, it is a very great honor to be amongst you, those young scientists, future budding scientists. And I'm privileged to contribute my mighty on this effort by OMIAT. So I would like to briefly tell what ISRO is doing and how the young minds sitting here, most of the students, they can get benefit by interacting with ISRO. So that's how I would like to take you through next 10 minutes of my presentation here. So I have aptly titled it as You and ISRO from research perspective. ISRO has different perspectives. I would like to take you through only the research part of ISRO. I would like to begin my talk with the verse from Surah Yasin. The reason why I have chosen this is the Almighty Allah makes us to think about everything around us, in front of us, where we live, how we live. So similarly, one of such verse in Surah Yasin, he says, وَالْقَمَرَ قَدَّرْنَاهُ مَنَازِلَ حَتَّى عَادَ كَالْعُرْجُونِ الْقَدِيمِ وَالشَّمْسُ يَنبَغِي لَهَا أَنْ تُدْرِكَ الْقَمَرَ وَاللَّيْلُ سَابِقُ النَّهَارِ. And I want to inform the August gathering here, Quran, every verses of Quran makes you to think. And thinking is the first step in carrying out any research. And aptly, Quran tells us what to think, how to think, all such things. So generally, research problems people look for, and one can look into the Quran for such research problems. So what I have put in front of you is one such beautiful thing which we see day in and day out, the different phases of moon. So by taking this as an initiative, I would like to take you further with a quote from Albert Einstein. So this particular quote I would like to put in front of the students, young students, is never think bad about you if you make mistake, because a person who never made a mistake has never tried anything new. So if you try something new, you're bound to make mistakes. From mistakes you learn. So with this point, I would like to take you through briefly about what ISRO is doing. ISRO's life started in a small church called St. Mary Magdalene Church in a village called Tumba near Thiruvananthapuram. Most of you are aware, this is a place where Dr. Abdul Kalam, the former president of India, who started his career. Since 1962, ISRO has started as a membership within COSPAR. It has developed to be one of the pioneer institutes in the world, one among few countries in the world to have launched the mission to Mars, Moon, and whatnot. Okay, with this background, which you all of you know, I would like to take you through this slide, which precisely tells what exactly Indian space program is. Indian space program has three major components. One is INSAT program, then we have IRS program, the third one is Space Sciences program. Under the INSAT program, we launch communication and weather satellites, which we use day in day out for all the communication purposes, mobile communication, to know about the weather around us, The second major program is Indian Remote Sensing Program. That's where I belong to. That has set of satellites, remote sensing satellites, that goes around the Earth and takes photograph of image of Earth, entire world, and we are able to analyze this information and generate useful information to manage our water resources, all many natural resources. And we also use this information for disaster management support program. And the third component of Indian space program is space sciences, where ISRO launches many satellites to study Sun and other planets, including Moon and Mars. And all these three programs are focused to the societal and development applications, which is useful for the world and specifically for the Indian country. To carry out this program, ISRO has set up launch vehicles and satellites. And most of you are aware, the ISRO started with a modest beginning of SLV sounding rockets, and now we are in a position to launch tons of heavy satellites into further orbits like Mars and Moon. And we also have different type of satellites, like which I was telling, the communication satellites, Earth observation satellites, science spacecraft, navigation satellites. That is more dimension that ISRO has gone into the recent decade, where we have our own navigation system, NSF, and we also launched many experimental satellites, that the satellites for re-entry, the satellites that is useful for human space flight. In addition to all these satellites, ISRO also launches small satellites and student satellites. I would like to invite the attention of the student participants in this August gathering to take a note of this. I would like to take you through some slides on how the student community, especially those who are present here, can engage with ISRO in the research. One of the latest program that ISRO launched is called Yuvika, that was launched in 2019. And under this program, 3 students from each state are selected who are studying in 9th standard. They will be given 2 weeks in-house training program in 4 major centers of ISRO. That is Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Professor U.R. Rao Space Center, Space Application Center, and Northeast Space Application Center. And each of them, they are located in Trivandrum, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, and Shillong. And the training will end with a visit to spaceport of ISRO, that is Sriharikota, located in Sriharikota. And due to COVID pandemic, the program was not conducted last year. Hopefully, this will be conducted this year with following the necessary precautions. And I request the people present here to visit ISRO site for the latest updates on this program. So once you complete your schooling, ISRO has got one institute called Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, where you can join for all your higher education programs. I would like to, most of the students in Tamil Nadu as well as in other parts of the country are not aware of such program. The beauty here is, once you join this course, the entire scholarship is taken care of ISRO, and most of the students who passed out with higher CGPE, they get absorbed every year in ISRO's various centers across the country. So that is the importance of this institute, especially those who are passing out with BTech. And BTech, there are 2 specializations, avionics and aerospace engineering, and it also offers dual degree, MTech and PhD. PhD is also available for many disciplines. So I request you people to go through the website of Indian Institute of Space and Technology for more details. Once you graduate out of this, any institute, any college, you get into any academic institutions, there also you can engage with the ISRO. One of the major program is called sponsored research, that can respond, through which you can work with ISRO scientists by giving proposal. Jointly, you can develop new research applications, both basic science as well as applied science, applied research. And there are different space technology incubation centers. Last few years, ISRO is inaugurating many such things with the academic institutions like NITs, and in many Indian Institute of Technologies as well as Indian Institute of Science, we have space technology cells. So those who are studying there, they can also interact with the scientists at ISRO to do any further research in this. With this background, the main idea of my talk today is to take you through one of the fine information tool available in the public domain. That's ISRO Geo platform. I don't know many of you are aware of this or not, but this is one of the best information available about the earth around us, especially the country India, where the information about the Indian terrain is available for visualization, and the data can be freely downloadable. We have a lot of maps. When I say maps, there are different thematic maps that can be used to understand the environment around you. And we have open geospatial services where people can make use of these maps in their analysis for research purpose. And the ISRO Geo platform also has one open data archive where all the remote sensing data that is generated in ISRO is made available for public use. And you can also work with the ISRO Geo platform and have your own application for your purpose. I'll be mentioning some of that in the next slide. We have one exclusive application called School Bhuvan, where the students can go through the maps available in their NCERT textbooks as a web GIS platform. Web GIS, what I mean is Web Geographic Information System. That is one of the technology, space-based technology that is widely used, like Google Maps or whatever app you are using for transportation. So the School Bhuvan is one such application. And we have Bhuvan two-dimensional visualization as well as three-dimensional visualization. You can visualize your environment in three-dimensional way, how it looks, and you can also see your terrain, your village, or your city, how it was in 1970s, how it is up to the latest information. The final one I would like to invite the attention of the students here is you can map your neighborhood. Maybe you can visit the website I have listed here for more details, or you can Google Bhuvan and you can go through how to do mapping in your neighborhood. That will have a lot of scope for doing further research. In fact, I would like to put the information of the students here. Last few months back, there was one mapathon conducted by ISRO along with IIT Mumbai and Open Geospatial Forum. Maybe such events will be held in near future. So I encourage the students present here to participate in such things and increase your knowledge in how to use maps for day-to-day life. And with this, I thank the organizers for providing me this opportunity. My email is available here. You can always reach me any day for any other details regarding ISRO. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for this informative presentation, sir. We are extremely happy to have you here. Now, I kindly request to introduce the chief guest by Professor Dr. M.M. Abdul Kamal Nazir, co-convener NSF 2021.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Respected our beloved chief guest, Dr. Qazi Azhar, our guest of honor, Brother K. Abdul Hakim, senior scientist from ISRO, our General Secretary, Miran Saab, Joint Secretaries, Nasir Ahmad Saab and his sister, Nihar Akhtar, our Treasurer, Ismail, our co-convener, Muhammad Ali, beloved teachers, students, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah, it is a happy moment. As Brother Ani pointed out, this is a 13th annual science fair. OMIAT is organizing. Actually, in 2008, it was in 2008, Dr. Qazi Azhar in Chennai gave a talk promulgating the concept of science fair. He raised the slogan, say yes for science fair, no for science exhibition. That was grabbed by our sister Nihar Akhtar, and she was very firm that we should conduct the science fair. Since then, Dr. Qazi Azhar is our mentor, guide, and everything for conducting this kind of science fair. Is a great scientist, and
he is a very, very exemplary person. The people who settle in abroad forget their motherland. But he, for the past 30 years, every year he visits India, and every year at least 30 days he is on a very busy schedule and traveling across the nation, conducting the workshops, seminars, promulgating the concept of science fair, particularly inculcating the scientific temperament among the students and research culture among the teachers. Basically, a BSc graduate, B.Ed, followed by doing MBBS and MD, and SAR's profile is so long, but I cannot finish in the 5 minutes that I have given. Basically, SAR is an associate clinical professor in Michigan University. Not only that, he is a chairman of Scientific Review Committee Flint Regional Science Fair, and he is a president of Genesee County Medical Society, Michigan. And he is more interested in revamping the curriculum from the memory to the concept based, and integrating the academic and research right from the beginning. It should be done in the curriculum right from the primary. So he is a curriculum developer in many states like Telangana, and he has contributed to Karnataka, and in many states he has contributed for developing the curriculum. He is a member of National Science Teachers Association in America. He is also a member of Association of Supervision and Curriculum Development in America. Such a great person. He is a mentor. He is a leader. He has contributed to the many leaders emerging. Today, Telangana Science Fair Academy is doing a great service in for the scientific temperament among the students. Our actually the president Azizur Rahman, Salahuddin Saab secretary, and Nasreen, and a great list we can say the Ghaffur Nisa from the Telangana, and from Tamil Nadu, people like Nigar Akhtar and Samim Raja and brother Hanif. See, all are now working. It's all with the inspiration and instigation and guidance by the Dr. Qazi Azhar. So there is a, it is very lengthy. We can go ahead in talking about him. So it is a great, see, any moment is available for guidance for any teacher and any student at any corner. So I will share his number in our students group, and if you call, you will attend. Okay, anything you raise query, you will attend. Such a simple and dedicated man. May Allah give him the long life and render his good health to render his service. With this introduction, I conclude my speech, and I, as a co-convener, I just make an announcement. The moment this session is over, all the students have to join for the student presentation session, which will be conducted in batch 1 and 2 in different Zoom link that we have already communicated. With this, I conclude. May Allah accept from us, and whatever the efforts the OME take for the welfare of the students community, may Allah accept it and make it easy to achieve our objective and goal. With this, I conclude. Jazakallah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, sir. I now call upon Dr. Nigar Akhtar.
You have to call chief guest. Doctor, chief guest.
Doctor. I call upon Dr. Qazi Azhar, Clinical Associate Professor, Michigan State University, United States of America, and advisor, OMIAT Science Fair Committee, to address the gathering.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome. And here it is night here. And It is 1:19 a.m. in the night. So I'm a little bit sleepy.
Sir, you're not audible.
Oh, I'm not.
Audible,
How about?
Audible. Yes, audible.
you're audible, sir.
You're audible.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. I will be closer. So for you, good morning, vanakkam, namaste, sat sri akal, and all the gratitudes for my new young scientists, budding scientists. With that, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, Assalatu Wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem, ma baad. I'm blessed that when I visited about, I think, last more than 30 years, I'm coming to India every year, sometimes twice in a year. And one of the best places I visited was Tamil Nadu. And I started visiting Hyderabad. And then Dr. Nazar came to Hyderabad Science Fair, and I was trying to, train them how to do science fair. But under the banner of science fair, they were doing science exhibitions. So, so it was a great effort for me to, train the teachers, and I'm lucky that Dr. Nazar came. And let me go back a little more. I think I missed addressing the whole list of dignitaries who have addressed, like Miran Sahab and Dr. Peshmam Nazir, and Rahim Patel Sahab. There was one more person, Dr. Abdul Jabbar. Before Dr. Nazar, he was kind of leading this, and the most important person which I met first and who guided me to my sister, Nigar Akhtar, madam, was Naz Kamal, madam. I think she said that she's very good and she had connections, and I will somehow link with her. And then I went to Fatma. She arranged everything. I think the chief guest was Dr. Vincent, who was the secretary of Council of Science and Technology at that time, and the Unity schools also. I went to Miran Saab's, and I think his better half, her name, my sister's name is Fatima too, and so they all supported me, and it was a great effort. I could see a new beginning in India, right? Starting from Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Umayyad took it, grabbed it in the best sense I could tell, that I could feel that they are feeling the research in them. They want to innovate. They want to invent. So they want to discover. So that's the thing. I was really impressed, and my heart was in Tamil Nadu, basically. Uh, through Tamil Nadu, I was able, and I did mention one more person, Professor Sadiq Saab. And he was the vice chancellor, past vice chancellor of Madras University, I think. He was and he was very supportive too. And with all that, we started science fair. I think I have a couple of slides. I know it is getting too late for you too, but I will try to share some slides. Hopefully, are you seeing this?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes, sir.
So let me open up, and okay, that's me. And in India, the concept of science, when I was there in India, I read basically the science and theory first, practical later. And that was the thing. And later on, gradually, now the schools are teaching theory, but not practicals because they don't have labs. And nobody knew what science means, memorizing formulas, knowing some scientific facts, what is hard water, what is soft water, what happens when you have hard water, this kind of just information is fed to the brain. And they actually do not have any experience of science. So basically, the science is the outcome of curiosity. In a Stone Age, there was science. When this universe came into existence, there was science. And still science is going on. And our students do not understand the basics of science. Science is to do, but in India, we read science. How can you understand by reading science, which is supposed to be done? And which is curiosity based, which is inquiry based. So, and science is it's so much fun, like it is predictable. You can forecast, tomorrow there will be rain, and take out your umbrella while you are going to the job or school, keep the raincoat ready, and it's going to rain. It is predictable. It is fun. And it is discovery. You discover things. You see this giant big footprint, and then you think, what is this? It is in the stone. Okay, that is a dinosaur. You infer, you conclude. It's an investigation. And you come up with problems. Okay, I want to cross the river, but it is full and it is flowing so hard, I can't swim. Well, you try to put some logs across and try to cross it, but then you try to put a bridge across, and that bridge may not stand longer. So you try to improve on that bridge. You use steel, you use different framework. And I forgot to recognize our senior scientist, Abdul Hakim Sahab. And it was a very nice presentation you gave. And I'm sure kids will be inspired with that, and they will be doing research in future, research projects about, like developing some kind of a spaceship or spacecraft, or so many things we can do. And he has given some ideas too. So science is an invention. And one more thing, which I was surprised in India, we have so many engineering colleges. Engineering means invention. Science means discovery. Somebody found DNA, okay? And Dr. Corona made a single gene, which constitutes DNA. So he discovered, there are so many things has been discovered. Discovering a nucleus inside the cytoplasm, there are so many organelles, they have been discovered. And a scientist who was from Tamil Nadu, he discovered the ribosome, how the proteins are made. So those are all scientists. And when you discover, then you can invent. When the DNA was discovered, then we have DNA fingerprinting. The whole genome studies come from that. And now we can do a lot of, we can develop crops which can yield more fruits. So there are so many things we can do. Science is problem solving. And one thing I realized, and I asked one of member of Jana Vijnana Vedika. It's a voluntary organization, and they are throughout India, and Secretary of Jana Vijnana Vedika Ramesh. I know him very well, and I asked him, go and find out in engineering colleges and ask faculty members and the students, what is um, what is engineering method? None of them could tell what is engineering method. It is the modification of scientific method. Here, if you ask a fourth grader what is scientific method, he will tell you the steps of scientific method. They are fed right from the elementary school, the scientific research. Then they win Nobel, they become Nobel laureates. There are so many senior science fair participants who have won Nobel Prize. So this important concept was not there in Indian syllabus and curriculum. So it was astonishing, and I was one of them who suffered. And still students do not know what is scientific. With my great effort, Andhra Pradesh and Telangana has introduced how scientists work, scientific method in 8th grade biology book. Still they have to work right from the 4th grade. You take any school book here, from 4th grade to college, the first lesson will be how scientists work, what is scientific method, how you plan for a research, and various steps. And our kids do not know what are variables. And now, I feel a little happy because this message has gone across, and people are realizing, education departments are realizing that there is a lot which was missed. So with that, science is always fun. And one more thing, which already has been mentioned, science fair is not science exhibition. You conduct science exhibition for millions of years. You are not going to produce any scientist. Already known facts are memorized and presented. What is fun about that? It is investigation and process of scientific research that discovers and that invents new things. You can invent a medicine against coronavirus. You can discover something which which finds out a venue to cure the cancer. A lot of things, instead of taking so many days to Mars, so many years to go to Mars or months to Mars, you make a device, make a spacecraft which can take you in days. So, science is a lot of fun. And one thing I have seen, those kids who do science and they do research projects, they are so much interested in the schools. And if the kid is not paying attention, has discipline problem in the classroom, give him a science fair project. He will be regular, he will be smarter, and he will outperform the entire class. I have seen it, and I'm trying to tell you that, science is fun. It's like games are fun, sports are fun for the kids. So science fair is a competition for scientists. I congratulate today our young scientists who have been accepted to participate in this science fair. There was a great scrutiny, and those who have been selected to participate in this science fair, I know Dr. Nazar sir, he has a good plan to select the nicest project. So everybody who has been accepted in this science fair is a winner, no doubt about it. So whether you win first prize or not, or second prize, third prize, it doesn't matter. You're all winners. You have followed a method which scientists do it. So a scientist like it's quite interesting that, I went up, up to medical school graduated through medical school in India. But I always thought a scientist is a different entity. It's usually a different creature. He's not well-kept hairs like Einstein. You see the hairs coming out like that, and a crazy person. Okay, and he's not a doctor. He's not an engineer. But again, a scientist could be a doctor. A scientist could be engineer, a teacher, a student. I remember one time in elementary school, I was trying to tell them how to do the science fair project. A fourth grader kid raises a hand and says, "May I ask you a question? If I'm following the method, I'm doing the research like a scientist, may I be called scientist?" I said, "Why not? You are a young scientist. And you have done this, you have followed the same method which the scientists follow." So that's the thing. Everybody who has participated in this National Science Fair is a scientist now. So congratulations to you all. And scientists could be anybody, even a farmer, a common person, and an athlete, and they are all scientists. Farmer knows when it is going to rain, when he has to sow the seeds, and what is going to hurt the crops. He knows. He's a scientist. How to avoid it, he knows. If there is a flooding in the farm field, how to drain it, he knows it. So all that thing, everybody could be scientists. It's not limited only to scientists. Scientists are not different creatures. So scientists have a curious mind. That is most important. They are very observant. The first scientist, Bradley Stephen, he's a novelist and he's a great writer. And he says that Ibn al-Haytham, which is Latinized version of his name is Alhazen, and he is called father of optics. The glasses I'm wearing is concave lens. And he was the one who developed concave lens, convex lenses, and laws of refraction. And he was the one who said, who proved that, old Greek theory was, the rays from the eyes emitted, and that's how you can see. He said, no, the light is reflected from the objects, and our retina inside the eye visualize that object. So that, who did that? And he gave a nice optic tract, and from the eye, how the image goes to the occipital lobe. And I'm talking about this. And he was the first scientist, he used the scientific method. He developed the scientific method. Encyclopedia Britannica says that Alhazen developed the scientific method, and because of scientific method, whatever inventions, discoveries you are seeing, they are all because of Alhazen, what he did. The greatest invention of all is scientific method. And our kids do not know scientific method. Our medical students do not know what is scientific method. Our engineers do not know what is engineering method, which is a modified form of scientific method. What a shame. And we, look at us. We were the one who gave the world scientific method, and we do not invent anything, discover anything. What is scientific method? Those who have participated, our students will tell you that, there is a question, after observation, observation is very important. And after observation, a question comes, or seeing a problem comes to your mind, and you put hypothesis, and then you design an experiment, you do experiment and get the result and data, and then conclude, is it right? Was I thinking right or wrong? So that is all is scientific method. So simple. In this, when you do it, the experimentation, there are variables. There is independent variable. I'm not going to go in details. There are dependent variables. You have to know. You have to have control. A vaccination. Mira Sahab has mentioned about vaccination. India has developed. Indian Serological Institute has developed, I think, Covishield or Covaxin or something. So they have to follow, and there are trials, and every trial should show that it is beneficial. When you do a science fair project, you have to repeat the science fair project, and you have to results every time, the same results. And if that science fair project is done in India and done in America, done in Japan, everything should give the same results. Repetition, get the same results. Okay, and this is Al-Hazen. He put a stick inside the water, and look at this, what has happened. This is Bosch and Lamb, who a company which makes the lenses, and you could see how here, and he was the one who said that angle of incidence and angle of refraction and even angle of reflection through the mirrors. He did a lot of work on optics. Okay, so with this, I think I will conclude, because you have the main important session, judging, and so I will let you go. Very often, teachers and students ask me, how to get ideas of the science fair projects. One thing I will tell you, be observant. Look around you. When you are reading anything, see and question everything. And, while studying, while playing, like playing soccer, and go with different angles and try to make a goal and see which angle is the best and which is the difficult one, but still you can do it. So there is mathematics and science, everything come together, and you can invent new techniques. Innovation can come from that. So that is very important. Find out the problems and how to solve that problem. Just finding out problem is not enough. So just don't guess it. For example, people will say, oh, drinking every day lemon juice cure cancer. Well,
the
try.
session start பண்ணிடு.
Okay, all right. Give me a minute, I will be done. So do the project. See if a patient of a cancer treated. No. Some people say that honey, drinking honey or eating honey will cure diabetes. Well, you have glucometer. See what happens to the sugar level. Then you will come to know, my God, the sugar is spiking up. So those are the things you have to do the project. And the facts come after doing the experimentation. After concluding your experiment, you will come to know the facts, the real things. Claims are different. The whole social media is full of these claims. Everybody talks about, oh, kala pio, this spicy, drinks or gargles. If you do it, COVID will be cured. Did it happen? Did you do trials? Did you do all these, followed the scientific method? If not, did you publish it? All this pseudoscience is there. So we want to make the young new generation following the real science, not authentic science, through the science fair. Let them train, let them be knowledgeable about the real science, not the pseudoscience. Okay. And last thing which I want to tell you, do not copy science fair projects from internet. We know each and every internet science fair project. If we may allow you to participate in science fair because you followed the scientific method, but you may not be able to win the science fair, win the some kind of a you know grand prize or money or anything. We will let you participate. So try to do a novel science fair project based upon your observation and research. And at the end, I will tell you my slogan: say yes for science fair and say no for science exhibition. I think I have spoken enough. So Jazakumullah, thank you very much. And I will come out of this topic. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for this. Sorry. Thank you so much for this remarkable information. And now I would like to call upon our beloved principal ma'am, Dr. Digar Akhtar, Joint Secretary OMIAT, to propose the oath of thanks.
You have to turn on the mic.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Beloved Chief Guest, Janab Dr. Qazi S. Azhar Saheb, Clinical Associate Professor, Michigan State University. The respected Michigan State University, USA, and advisor to OMIAT Science Fair. Respected guest of honor, K. Abdul Hakim Saheb, Senior Scientist, National Remote Sensing Center, ISRO, Hyderabad. General Secretary of OMIAT, Janab S. Ahmad Miran Saheb, Chairman, Unity Group of Schools, Chennai. Joint Secretary, OMIAT, Dr. P. Nazir Ahmad. OMIAT Science Fair Coordinators, Dr. Abdul Kamal Nazar, Treasurer, Janab Dr. Ismail Said, Janab Muhammad Hanif, and other members of OMIAT, mentors, teachers, parents, participants, and other attendees. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On behalf of OMIAT, first and foremost, we are grateful to Almighty Allah for bestowing passion, enthusiasm, and commitment on all our members of the OMIAT to enable us to instill scientific temperament among our children and turning the COVID pandemic situation into a COVID opportunity. We express a profound gratitude to Dr. Qazi S. Azhar Saheb, who has been a leading light in establishing science fairs throughout India. We are also thankful to Janab Mr. Abdul Hakim Saheb, Senior Scientist, ISRO, Hyderabad, for sharing his valuable thoughts and guiding the children regarding the various career opportunities of ISRO and Google Bhuvan Geo platform. And inspiring our young minds. We also express our gratitude to Janab S. Ahmad Miran Saheb, whose enthusiasm and great financial support has ensured the smooth running of all science fairs. We are immensely thankful to Dr. Nazir Ahmed, Joint Secretary OMIAT, for his welcome address. Thank you, Mr. Ahmed Patel, Ahmed Rahim Patel Sahab, for sharing the wonderful verses of the Quran about the knowledge of Allah. We thank Dr. Abdul Kamar Nazar, Academic Coordinator, for his unflinching support and hard work in organizing all science fairs. We express our deep gratitude to Dr. Ismail Said and his technical team for supporting and converting the dream of the virtual science fair into reality. We also thank Janab Muhammad Hanif Saheb for organizing the selection of the projects and streamlining the process of the science fair, and all other members of members and office bearers of OMIAT. We thank Mr. Syed Salim Saheb for introducing our guest of honor. We express a profound gratitude to Mrs. Samim Raja, Principal Ar-Rahman School, Madurai, for mentoring the young scientists and giving valuable lectures. Heartfelt gratitude to the compeers, Mrs. Salma and Mrs. Nirmala Rani, and also Mrs. Josephine for doing a wonderful job. I also thank Mr. Fazal of Omiyat for carrying out all instruction meticulously and rendering wonderful service to the Omiyat. We thank all members, all mentors, teachers, participants, press, and other students watching the program, the parents, and also other invitees. Thank you for the opportunity. Jazakallah khair.
Thank you very much for your precious thoughts, ideas, and rich information.
Jazakallah. Thank you, one and all. Sister, we can conclude with the dua, okay? Salma sister. Nigar madam, we are concluding the session with the dua. Jazakallah khair. Thank you, one and all, for making the event grand success. We are concluding. Thank you, one and all, with dua. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilaik. All students, please join the next session with the given link, inshallah. Jazakallah, sir. Dr. Sahab, Jazakallah. Akim Sahab, Roma, thanks. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Nice. Instantly, you accepted our invitation, and your talk was very nice. Alhamdulillah.
Jazakallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Sir, could you please unmute?
Jumeirah sister, you can end the session.
Okay, sir.
You can end the session.